Recently, one of the commenters under my video left a very sad message saying, hey, $800 a night is a fairy tale. It's totally unreasonable and you're making stuff up and it doesn't happen. And another commenter also said, if it was truth, then nobody will brag about it on YouTube for the entire world to see. And it got me thinking, why do people go through the effort of basically saying online that they don't see a path to success, and when somebody shows it to them, they don't believe? So what's the difference between those who are believers and those who are non-believers, and how can you turn your mind around, and what is the reason something is holding you back? I'll give you a few examples just to broaden your perspective on things. Example number one, a townhouse for 2.5 mil goes on sale in Hawaii. And as I always do, I call the listing agent. Listing agent is the one who is representing the seller, for those who don't know. And I say, hey, you have this townhouse for sale. Can you please tell me what's going on and why are the owners selling it? And I hear an interesting story. Story goes as follows. Owners had a dog that loved to swim. It would go swim in the ocean with them, and they would also enjoy if the dog could swim with them in the pool. But the common pool, the pool that's used by everybody, that's shared among residents of the townhouse, of the community, they don't allow pets to go inside the pool for obvious reasons. So they purchased a townhouse in that same complex, but the one that has its own private pool, so that their dog could swim in that pool with them. And then they put the first one on the market. People made a decision that's, a $3 million decision, not because of, how fast they'll get their money back, cash on cash return, ROI, occupancy rate. None of that mattered. They are at the stage of their life where they make a decision because of their pets, their hobbies, and their lifestyle choices. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's just the way, they choose to live. And they're not, bragging about it. They're just, answering why exactly the sale is taking place. Another example. A family from Arizona owned a place on Hawaii and goes for sale. And like I always do, I ask the listing agent, why are they selling it? And when I'm in the unit, I realize that it's like a time capsule. It's in pristine condition, like untouched, like as if it was just signed off by the final inspector, and it's just perfect shape. No wear and tear, no signs of use, no scratches, just clean grout, just pristine condition. And I hear the story. So the family used this place to come visit Hawaii for Christmas. As a family, they would spend their Christmas every year on Hawaii. And that, for the past 8 years, that's what they were doing. And then, or for the total of 8 years. And then the past 4 or 5 years, they stopped visiting Hawaii because they got older and it was just too much of a flight to come and enjoy their unit. They didn't want to sell it, but they decided to put it on the market just because they were not using it anymore. On that sale, they would make about $1 million, because that's the difference between what they paid to the builder and how much they could sell it for now. But again, it's not a purely financial decision. They had to pay HOA fee. They had to, pay property taxes. They kept that place for all that time. Yes, it appreciated in value, but the reason for the sale is we just can't use it anymore. We love it, but if we're not using it, we can't go. We can't spend the Christmas on Hawaii. We can't build these memories. We'll just put it on the market and get rid of it. And that's another another way to treat things in your life, basically. My favorite example, favorite of them all, example number 3. As you know, baby boomers are retiring. Every year we have millions of baby boomers. I think by 2030 we'll have 70 baby boomers retire. This is the wealthiest generation in America. They're super active, they're generally very healthy, and they just like to hang out. They like to play tennis, they like to swim, and they love golf. Golfing is like the baby boomer sport. Baby boomer Olympics is golfing. And on Hawaii, there are many golf courses, and they just love playing golf. In fact, a family lives on Hawaii, and they have friends fly over from other states, from other cities to play golf with them. They are getting older, they are not, playing golf as much, so they are liquidating one of their golf assets. What do I mean by that? They have a $2.5 million townhouse, which is an overflow. Stay with me. It's an overflow bedroom for their golf buddies. In other words, when their buddies fly over to play golf with them, they don't go to a hotel. They want their buddies to stay closer to them, and they just, they had a place, a $2.5 million townhouse that was completely vacant all the time except for when their friends came over. By the way, all 3 examples that I gave you, they're all in resort zoning where you can legally have an Airbnb, you can rent them out, you can turn profit. But these people, they didn't do that. They just kept it vacant, used it for themselves, or for their golf buddies, or their, dog to swim. Why am I saying that? People like this, people from this example, they're very careful with their money, obviously, to be able to afford this, but they're not over obsessed. They don't try to squeeze every penny out of everything. They enjoy life. They make decisions based on their hobbies, based on their lifestyle. They probably don't have a single stream of income. And you look at them, and then you look at these comments of, $800 a night is unreasonable. And I just see that there is this gap in mentality, gap in thinking, and the sooner you start asking, not, why is Alexey making this up, or it doesn't exist. There are things even crazier than $800 a night. There are things that just make you wonder, what are these people thinking? In reality, life is much cooler, it's much more fun, much more complex. And once you go into the mindset of asking, how can I get this stuff? How can I have that brand new car? How can I have this dream vacation? How can I have this asset that produces me, rental income of $800 a night? This is when things start happening. If you make up reasons why you're failing, why nothing is, nothing is going on, you don't have money, you don't have job, you don't have down payment, your wife left you, your life sucks, it will just keep growing like a snowball. On the other hand, if you stop and ask yourself, what can I do? What are the steps to make it better, to turn around, to start acquiring things I'm interested in? It will slowly, little by little, enter your life, and it will change forever. So, moral of the story, stop making up reasons why you're a failure, if you are indeed a failure, and start looking for ways to get out of that rat race, get out of the situation you're in, and improve your position. Henry Ford once said, if you think you can't make it, you can't. If you think you can make it, you can. There you go. Take it for what it is. Don't listen to me, listen to Henry Ford. He's a great entrepreneur who changed the life of the entire planet, and he was actually 40 years old when he started Ford Motor Company. So there you go. If you think, oh my God, I'm already 40, I can't do anything, even then you're wrong. Thank you for watching this video. Please stop blaming other people. Please stop blaming the circumstances. Your life is your own, and you make of it what you can. And there is really no one to blame except for yourself. Good luck and thank you for watching.